Welcome back to MIT's podcast. I'm Melissa, and today we have Gonzo, my co-host, and Oby, who is our guest today.
Hello. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to say something, but hi, my name is Oby Nwodoh. I'm a junior here at MIT. Glad to be here.
What do you study? What do you do? What's your thing?
So I am a physics major. I'm planning on going to law school afterwards. So about to be a senior now, which is crazy how time flies, but yeah.
That's exciting. Do you have any specific, I know it's bad luck, but do you have any specific school in mind that you want to go to?
I don't know. I know I just don't want to be in Massachusetts because I'm originally from Bedford, Massachusetts. So that's like 30 minutes away from campus. So I know that I don't want to be here anymore after college. So somewhere in the Northeast probably, but I'm not too sure.
Nice. Sorry, it's funny because we're not in a room, we're just on the Zoom.
Yeah, but how have you guys been? What's going on with you?
So I'm back home in Long Island. I think all of New York State is not really doing that great right now. But yeah, I haven't really gone out in Publix in 3 weeks. So that's been cool. I haven't really done much, TBH.
Yeah, so I guess for context for people who may not be following the MIT news specifically, I'm sure you know about COVID-19. MIT told us all 3 weeks ago to get out, to go home. And so that's why we're all doing this video podcast via Zoom right now, which is an interesting way to conduct things. But yeah, so I guess we ended up driving all the way back to Texas from Boston with a bunch of stuff from like other students. And that was a very long and fun drive. But I am now back home in Deep East, Texas with the office student background. But like I was about to say, I'm happy you're a junior because maybe now this next year you'll have a real commencement. It won't get pushed online like ours.
I think it's not even, I think for juniors at least, you're worried about your grades, you're worried about, grad school, in my case, law school. So I think not only that, but also internships. And the fact that a lot of students have no idea, or they're either their internships are getting canceled or they have absolutely no idea whether, for me, recruiters just aren't even getting back to me at this point. So I think there's just so much anxiety on like what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I feel that.
So for you guys who are seniors, like what was it like when you were told semester's done, go home? What was that like?
Oh man. You want to take this, Melissa, or?
I don't know. It was a really weird week, I think. Because I guess, obviously it was, a really sad week as well. But I think it kind of didn't really, hit me until I, actually got home. So first of all, I think after, being away from home for, 4 years or so, it's, really weird coming back. Because now it's, because I guess usually the transition is, you have this more gradual transition where you I don't know, go into real life and stuff, but I think now it's you just kind of got a sudden transition where you come home and it's high school again and you don't get to I don't know, see your friends for commencement and stuff like that.
Being in Massachusetts, a part of me was okay, I shouldn't complain. Some people have to go across the country, some people have to go to different state or different countries completely. So it was weird because I think I was struggling a lot with it, and it was this is also hard for me to just leave my friends and have to go home. But a part of me was also don't complain about it. Your storage isn't an issue, your moving isn't an issue, you just drive home at any point. So it was definitely just a strange time for MIT, I think.
Did you guys find it difficult trying to balance dealing with your own challenges of getting yourself situated back home and everything, but then also wanting to help out in any way? So for instance, They're the students who created the whole Discord, and I was like, when I was on campus, I was like all game with wanting to help them out with that. But then as soon as I got home, I was just like, I can't do anything right now. I'm just gonna be a potato for the next few weeks because I have no motivation.
Yeah, I feel like coming home, it's just like I don't want to do anything. Like even with online classes, it's like how do you like I can't pay attention. Even like during class, it's like wow, my laptop is right in front of me. Like I don't have to like pay attention right now. I don't know.
And even just the process of waking up in the morning, getting ready, leaving your dorm, going to class, and then coming back home, I think was really central for just MIT life in general. And I think just the fact that I wake up and go downstairs, finish all the work, and go back upstairs it's sad. It's really
so
sad.
rough, not just like seeing your friends in the hall, right? Or like not seeing the people you haven't seen in a few years. Because like I'm sure you guys have these kind of friends where it's like you were super tight with them 2 years ago because you had a class together, but now you don't have a class. But when you see each other, you're like, hi, we're busy, but we acknowledge the time that we spent, right?
Yeah.
I missed the people a lot, so much. Yeah, so last week was our first week of Zoom University, attending MIT OCW. Are people finding it easy to kind of work or do their P sets?
I just think the motivation just is not there.
Yeah.
Like, you know, even I think especially because it's now PNR grading, so pass no record, like you could take that extra time on a P set, but what's the point? You know, I'm not going to get this GPA won't really count for this semester. So I think everyone's motivation is just shot. And then, you know, the PSEC groups that you used to have, they're like, what's the point of that anymore? So yeah, I think that's the hard part.
I mean, I think for me, it's like senioritis times 10 now, you know, because like I'm at home.
I feel that's so hard.
Senior. Like, what am I can't do anything anymore. So yeah, but.
Wait, Melissa, are you taking any required classes to graduate?
Yeah, I'm taking 2.
Same.
Yeah.
And it's like, I emailed the professor and I was like, look, what do I need to get a pass? I don't care anymore.
How are you guys remaining positive or just sane in general? Now you're indoors all the time.
I guess just like, obviously like Zoom calls with friends or like, even just like watching TV shows together is like nice. Or I think there's a bunch of like online games people are playing now. Like, have you guys heard of Scribble?
Squiggle?
It's like the Pictionary game. Animal Crossing. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing.
What is that? Because I keep hearing about it and I don't know what it is.
I see memes on Twitter.
Yeah, like what's the premise of it?
Well, basically you're like on a tropical island, which is really nice. And then your character just like, I don't know, I guess they give you like a bunch of goals to like, I guess your main one is kind of like helping the island like expand or like get more villagers to the island. But you can also do things like upgrade your house if you get a lot of money. You can like grow things. So I guess it's like really nice escape.
So it's Minecraft and Sims, but like furry mode.
Yeah. I guess.
Like that's pretty much what it is. Yeah. Oh man. Well, how's your island, Melissa? Do you have a big island yet?
My island? So I started playing when it came out, which was like a week ago, I think. So okay, the game is like actually in real time, so like it uses like real time as for the island, which is kind of annoying because sometimes I have to just wait until the next day. I'm just like, okay, I finished my goals for now. I can't do anything except wait.
That's interesting.
I have 7 villagers on my island, so that's good.
Wow, flex on us. On us. How about you, Abby? What are you doing to pass the time? I guess before Zoom University started, and I guess still now.
So have you guys heard of Netflix Party?
Yeah.
So it's really amazing. So I have this one friend, we're watching You on Netflix.
Oh my God.
First of all, Netflix party is just a great idea. I don't know who started it, but it's just amazing.
It's so
So then
magical. You can like both pause whenever you want.
exactly, like we've been like talking back and forth on it.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, the show itself is just crazy, and you know, we're like, oh, this person's dead, you know. So it's just like talking through that, and it's like not social, but it's very social at the same time. So I've been watching a lot of Netflix. I'm surprisingly busy now. So my whole life schedule has kind of been pushed up. So I'm planning on go to law. I said I was planning on going to law school after this. So I'm studying for the LSAT now, which is not as fun.
What an L. Get it? Because it's an LSAT.
Yeah. So that's been keeping me really busy. Social media, which is kind of unfortunate that like how much I'm using it now, but yeah, I guess that's pretty much it.
Wait, quick question. Do you guys know your like screen time on your phone these
I was
days?
just thinking that. Mine was 10 hours
Oh my
on like
God.
Thursday
Same.
last week. What the F word? Yeah, honestly, that feature is kind of scary now because it's before I would use it and be like, okay, I need to be more social and stop getting off my phone. But then now it's like, I wonder if I can make this higher. I have been watching the show called Gentified. It's spelled Gentified, but it's Gentified.
Oh.
It's about this family who owns this taco shop in LA, and it talks about like the issues and problems of gentrification, and it's super cool. If you're like Latinx or Latino, you should watch it. It's funny. It reminds me of a lot of my Puerto Rican side of my family, which is lit. So that's my recommendation, Gentified. How about I guess Avi, you recommend you?
Yeah, I have a few others. So there's something called The Kingdom. It's like if you like Game of Thrones, you would like The Kingdom.
Wait, The Kingdom or Kingdom?
That's a great question.
Check right now.
I think it's The Kingdom.
Okay, because I'm watching one right now called Kingdom.
Is it Korean?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's
The
that.
zombie one?
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
So if you like Game of Thrones, you would like this.
Wait, have you watched Train to Busan?
No.
I think it's also on Netflix, but it's also a Korean movie, but it's also zombies, but they're like on a train.
Oh Lord.
So
all right, I'll actually watch. I watch a lot of Korean shows actually. So.
Oh my God, do you watch KDramas?
Yeah. Have you watched Itaewon Class?
Yeah.
So I finished that.
I watch hella K-dramas, so like, yeah.
So we've learned that Oby and Melissa are now Korea boos.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a difference.
There's a difference between what and what?
Between a Korea boo and somebody who watches K-dramas.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So y'all are the people who happen to watch K-dramas.
And then have you guys watched the Ozark?
No. My professor recommended it.
Show. I recommend it. It's a really good show. It's like this guy who has been laundering money for Mexico's second biggest drug cartel. All of a sudden runs into this issue where his partner cheats the guy. So now his family has to run to this place called the Ozarks where they have to like start laundering money again, and he's like, getting targeted and everything. And it's a good show if you're into like the drug kingpin type thing.
I'll have to check it out. So I think we got quite a few Netflix recommendations out there, so our watchers / listeners should be good to go.
Wait, Melissa, did you give yours? Netflix shows?
Oh, yeah, I did. Oh, Melissa, yeah.
Did I? I mean, yeah, right now I'm watching Kingdom, which is the zombie one. Well, let me pull up my Netflix. I guess BoJack Horseman I haven't finished still.
One more quick recommendation before we move on. Hunters. It's on Amazon Prime Video, and it's about people who hunt modern day Nazis. And it's the subject is like obviously about like Holocaust, which is a very deep topic, but the way they handle it and manage to introduce humor is amazing. So I definitely recommend that out. But one question that's hold up on our queue is, what are you guys most excited to do when we get out of this pandemic, when we no longer have to social distance or like quarantine? Now, what are you guys most looking forward to right now?
So thankfully, I have one more year at MIT. I think I'm gonna cherish that one the most.
You
Like
should
try
definitely do that.
to, yeah, like try to interact with people a lot more. Try to see people a lot more because it's like when it's just been taken away from you so suddenly, you're like, oh my God, I lived through these people. So I think that's a huge thing, just cherishing people.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Hmm.
because you were talking earlier about how fast the time flew by. Well, senior year was going by really fast, and then it just kind of got decapitated.
Yeah.
Uh, how about you, Melissa?
I don't know, like run outside or something. Go to a restaurant, something with people probably.
I miss restaurants so
Yeah.
badly. I just want to go to a place and eat not home food.
Yeah.
So have you guys started cooking?
Um, not really.
How about you?
Cooking?
Yeah.
No. Cooking takes effort. And it's like
But we have
there's no
time
willpower.
now.
Okay,
There's
but the
no
thing is, like,
willpower
I
to
guess
do
my
it.
reservation is like cooking requires ingredients, right? And now I can't just like freely go out and buy whatever I want. So like I don't want to like waste ingredients that my mom could use. I don't
Yeah,
know.
like I've been to supermarkets and it's just not a place you want to be.
Yeah.
It's just like tense, you just walk by empty shelves of like cleaning supplies and you're just like, this is sad. Yeah.
It's funny, in
So
Texas, all the tofu is still on the shelves because we Texans don't eat tofu. Personally, I started doing keto, which is this horrible, awful diet that works where you don't eat carbs. So I really
yeah.
miss pasta, potatoes, bread. So like every morning I've been making myself some sick omelets. Like you can do bacon and sausage and stuff while I'm keto. So I'm just like whipping up those omelets in the morning. I love it. But so I guess like one thing I kind of wanted to think about is like st- the past 2 weeks after we left campus, that was whatever. Like it was spring break, and we were just like on Netflix and stuff. But when classes started, it really had me thinking like, oh crap, like I am not at MIT anymore. And personally, I missed like my study spaces so much.
Mhm.
Like it was just so surreal just not being able to go there and just like trying to find a place in my house where I could work. Like did you guys like have any similar experiences like that? Like what did you find yourself missing the most?
I mean, I think like just like even the in-person act of going to class, it's like I didn't realize how like central that is because like yeah, sure, I guess I'm attending class, but it's like really different because even just like I guess things in class, like one of my classes, they're like, oh, we're gonna try to make it more interactive now. So they tried to do breakout rooms of two people to simulate like talking to the person next to you. And that was the most awkward thing ever because
Yeah.
I was in the breakout room and then we finished talking and dude was like, is that it? I was like, yeah, I think that's the only question. And then he muted himself. So then I also muted myself and then we just stared at each other for like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Um,
just flirted through the Zoom video cams.
yeah,
But to answer your question, I think the one thing I missed was my room on campus.
yeah.
Yeah, because that was like really geared. That was like built for me, like decorated for me. And then like I'm back in my childhood
Yeah.
room, and it's like I hate
It's
this
weird.
room.
What
Yeah,
dorm were
it's
you
like
in?
I'm in new house,
Okay.
so it's like
So
new dorm, new everything. Yeah,
Yeah, I
did you like
definitely
the
agree.
renovations? Oh, sorry, go
yeah, I
on.
love it. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like, I feel like your room on campus is like it's like entirely yours, right? Like, and you can do whatever you want. Like, even when you're like when you're in your childhood room, it's like your parents are like in the background, or it's like you don't have as much privacy. I think I
Yeah,
miss that a lot too.
yeah.
It's been a struggle because like at MIT, your day is literally 24 hours. So you have unlimited technically window to schedule like whatever last minute meetings or stuff you got to do. And like, you're not worried about anything else infringing on your plans. But then here, it's like, I have my meetings on the day, and then my parents are like, "Oh, we're gonna eat dinner right now, and we're just gonna tell you right now. So get your ass down here so we can eat." And it's just like, no, I have my like stuff going on, and it's just that loss of freedom is so like sharp. Have you guys had like moments like that, or it's like where
Yeah.
it's like you're under the will of your parents again?
Yeah.
My mom tells me to like wash the dishes. It's like it's so far removed from what you do. Like someone to really just say like wash the dishes, and of course you have to do it, but it's like, wow, no one ever tells you're on campus and no one's telling you things that you like chores you have to do, and so I don't like that. But
We should just rebel. Everyone is listening to this podcast. Rebel against your parents. Move out of the house while you still know everything. So have you guys heard of xoxo.sh?
No.
I saw this like dorm spam email, and it's like one of those things that you just see and you're like, oh, there goes MIT.
Yeah, so if you're interested in the video dating, that's an MIT only tool right there. So it's just a website, and you just get randomly matched with someone. You put your like interests and stuff, and then like the first 5 minutes are audio. And if you both decide that you tolerate each other up to that point, then it jumps to video mode.
Wait, audio,
Pretty
like
cool
you
idea.
talk to them for 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh.
I might tell Shreyas that 5 minutes is too long, but
Do you see each other's names?
I don't think so.
It says blind dates.
So, yeah, so
Like if you're on
not.
Zoom, like if it's on Zoom, I don't know if it's on a different platform, but if you're on Zoom, it's like, I'm gonna see your name. I'll at least know who you are.
Yeah, or you can like Google them or Facebook.
Yeah.
It's actually been so interesting, like finally knowing people's names in the class. Like I wish MIT like did what elementary schools do, where like everyone like introduces each other, and so people knows everyone's names. We spent a lot of the time on the show talking about us having to like leave and cope with leaving MIT for the past few weeks. I got the idea for the show that we can talk about getting to MIT. So all of us, we brought our admissions tubes with us.
Yeah.
When you get into MIT, the very exciting day, MIT sends you these really cute tubes, and inside they have a nice balloon. So like when people get in, you'll see people have these like balloons saying MIT on them. There's some confetti in here. And I actually forgot about this. This is your official admissions letter. And what else do they have? They talk about some gatherings that go on locally. I don't know if your tubes have the same thing as mine.
I think for us, we also had like an eye chart thing.
Oh.
Because it's like 2020.
I see. And then they give you this nice certificate. Oh, I should definitely like frame this. There's so much in here. So it's really exciting when you first of all get into MIT, and then you get these nice perks with it. I think this is definitely the coolest admissions letter that you get from anyone.
Yeah, mine unfortunately when it came, the edit popped off, so the only thing that was inside was the letter and the eye chart. So the balloons and stuff came out. But like I like remember when I got mine, it was like a week after I got in. And I just got home from school, and my parents had left it on the counter in the kitchen, and nobody was home. And I just kind of walked in, and it was just like it's real.
Yeah.
What were you doing, Oby, the day you got in?
So, okay, it's up here in Massachusetts. I was here in Massachusetts. I'm from Massachusetts. So, it was a snow day, of all days. I can't remember what day of the week it was. But it definitely was a snow day. I remember there was a storm, and I have two older sisters, so both of them were in college, and I was home alone for some reason. So like I knew that, or my mom knew that, the admissions were coming out the day because I told her at Tau time. So what, 6:28? So like I just remember looking, and I turned my phone off because I had a bunch of friends. I did like MITES, the summer program, so I had a bunch of friends that got into MIT already. So I was
We
like,
stand
okay, if everyone
OEOP.
exactly. So if I was like, okay, if everyone else gets in and I don't need to have my phone blowing up. So I turned my phone off, and talk times comes around. I see it. I'm really happy. I'm rolling on the floor, but I'm all alone, of course. And because my phone is off, my mom's calling me, and she's trying to figure out if I got in or not. So then I'm excited. I finally turn my phone on, and my mom is like, "Listen, Avi, it's okay," because I wasn't responding. She was like, "She was like, Avi, it's okay. It's okay. MIT's not the only school."
Oh my god, my mom said the same thing to me.
I'm like, "Mom, I got in." So it was an exciting day. I committed. On social media, of course, I was like MIT 2021 before I even got into anywhere else. But yeah, it was a really amazing day.
It's
I mean,
weird being
yeah.
back where I read the acceptance letter. So it's just it literally feels like yesterday. So I feel like I'm a
Yeah,
pre-fresh again, which I guess
yeah.
brings us to our next topic, which is
Oh,
CBW.
I
My
also
God.
have mine.
Wow, I don't. I don't even. I'm wondering whether we even got those. I don't think we did.
I think you guys got a better one.
Uh,
Ours is really
Y'all were
yeah,
cooler.
but CPW.
Like
But yeah,
we were.
CPW is virtual this year.
yeah.
Do either of you know what it's like gonna look like?
I don't know.
So I know that there's been a lot of initiatives that were started up by people when we were still on campus. I was trying to get like a Club Penguin CBW going, and we were going to call it DPW, Digital Preview Weekend. But the practicality of implementing that just kind of, and also the lack of ability to do work just kind of came over on that. But like right now, there's students rebuilding MIT and Minecraft, which Prefresh can access. There's the admissions office is doing virtual hosts. I'm just hoping that um, these alternative solutions, which are like incredible, can offer a lot of the class of 2024 and like help them answer the questions that like maybe they may be having when trying to decide between schools. Obviously, we want
Yeah,
them all to come to MIT because it's the greatest school in the world.
yeah. And MIT is a really cool place, and I think CPW shows you that MIT is really cool.
And
Yeah.
honestly, to any like 2024 who's watching, listening, whatever media this will be in, like first off, even though CPW isn't happening in person this year, you will still have the most exciting 4 years of your life at
Yeah,
MIT. And so like and the whole, if you're worried about like making friends on campus and stuff, because for a lot of people they meet their friends at CPW, you will not stop be interacting and meeting new people. Like it's gonna be, there won't be any detraction, I feel like, to your experience. So keep your heads high.
I don't think I met some of my closest friends until like end of freshman year, and then like I think that made it like the adjustment was hard for me because of that. But I think, yeah, I don't know. I guess college is like a good time for you to just like grow and learn more about yourself. So I think that's like the biggest um thing that I enjoyed about like MIT and college in general. So
hmm I think for me, I would sort of piggyback off of that and just reassure anyone that MIT is a really amazing place. Every MIT student will tell you how hard it is and everything, but it is a really amazing place. And I remember when I was a freshman and I was like, I love MIT. I remember it was like this reunion event, and a lot of people came back laughed when I said that. But even as a junior, and I think just being in this situation, it has reaffirmed the love I do have for MIT. And this is temporary, even though it seems like it's going to take forever. It is a temporary thing, and I think if you are thinking about matriculating to MIT, I can almost guarantee you that this is going to be a really amazing place in 4 years.
that's it for our episode today. thank you so much to Oby for joining us. So we still have a few episodes left, but Oby will gradually be taking over as our new host.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you guys for having me today. I had a lot of fun.
Okay, bye.
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 Stay safe, stay inside, stay home.
Stay healthy.